Hey guys, Engineer Wannabe here with my good friend Rob. We're doing Watch Soup. Um, just like the good old days,
Good
except
days.
except I'm in the driver's seat this time
Yeah, thank
and
God,
Rob's
yeah. I need a little break tonight.
yeah. Thanks for coming on, man.
Oh,
I
yeah, for
really
sure.
appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully having a Watch Soup late, maybe 40 minutes or so is what I'm hoping for. Get a earlier night for the long week ahead. So
Yeah. Oh, I'm
yeah.
I'm up for that too, so don't worry.
Yeah, yeah. So how are you doing, Rob? How was your day and what's on your list?
Oh, pretty good, no complaints other than I'm just feeling under the weather, but I think I'm on the mends.
Yeah.
Got my Mariner,
Yummy.
my Yubby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down to 3 watches,
Yeah.
I'm down to
Yeah.
3. So, I got the Yub, the GP, and the Panerai. I wore the Panerai yesterday. I think I'll probably break out the Girard Perregaux, give it some love tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it's so hard. I mean, it's so hard for me to like put the sub down and not wear it. I
Yeah.
just love wearing it. I
Yeah.
know everybody knows. I know.
So you for sure don't count G-Shocks then, right? Because you have the
Oh, I have
John
about
Mayer.
8. I have about 8 G Shocks now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're all, affordable G Shocks. They're fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I don't. I guess I don't. I mean, so okay. So I meant I have 3 mechanical watches in my
Right.
collection
Right.
now, and 8 digital. And they're fun too. Like my
Yeah.
son and I, if he's fighting with his sister and I'm just trying to like distract him, I'll say, hey, let's go rearrange my watches. So we go up and he
Yeah.
likes playing with the G Shocks and putting it in an order that makes sense to him. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so. But he likes his favorite is the Rubik's Cube Casio that came out,
Okay. Yeah.
and then his top 3 are the 3 Casios that I have. So those are his top
Huh.
3 favorite ones. I guess he likes that shape,
Yeah.
so it's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. I still have not tried on a Casio myself. I feel like it's gonna be way too big for me, but that's almost everyone.
But you know what? It's just so light that
Yeah.
it's just. I don't think it's gonna be way too big for on you, but it's
No?
just so light. You know, it almost feels like you have nothing on.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to give it a shot.
Yeah.
Go down over to the Bay and, give it a look. My weekend, has been pretty good. I had to
Yeah.
work yesterday,
Mm,
just put the kids down to bed,
yeah.
got a head start, so I'm actually in my PJs, which is
Nice.
rare. Um,
So so putting down 4 kids, like, how does that? I mean, we got 2, and we
yeah.
barely get by. Get through it. How do you do 4? Like, do you stagger them, like, time-wise, or do you
No,
no? Okay.
no. So it's we really struggled with 2 as well. But then as the pressure, like, mounts when you have more kids, you adapt. You get better
Yeah,
at it. You know,
yeah,
it feels like, you can do it.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. So right now, my wife has a really hard time putting kids down, our kids down.
Mhm.
She's a bit softer than I am.
Yeah.
I have an iron fist. It's like, "Hey, you
I
kids,
don't believe you.
no talking."
Right.
And I stay with them
Yeah,
until they're out. So
yeah.
I sing to them
Mhm.
and
Oh.
they go out. So yeah. With my
Wait,
wife,
wait, wait, wait. I can't let you go. I mean, I know we got 40 minutes, but so, like, what songs do you sing to them?
usually hymns. So
Okay, okay.
yeah, we only really listen to hymns. So like
Mhm.
really old hymns, like from
Amazing
the
Grace?
1800s. Sometimes Amazing
Yeah.
Grace.
Okay.
Um, uh,
Going down the mountain?
Jesus Loves Me is one of their favorites. So
Yeah.
yeah. What else? Yeah. Can't can't it's like that mental block you get when you have
Oh,
to
no,
think
no,
about
I hear it.
something.
But probably Christmas time, it's a lot you got a lot more selection, I would imagine, right? Or do you celebrate Christmas?
No,
Okay.
we don't. And
Okay. Then
yeah, it's not
strike that from the
that it's
record.
bad or anything.
Okay.
We have a little we're kinda discussing it.
Okay.
So,
Okay, fair
yeah.
enough.
Yeah, but, yeah, good times. Kids go to
Yeah.
bed and have fun.
What do you have on wrist? Yeah.
On my wrist is, the Grand Seiko Seasons Winter. Um,
I saw you, put a shot on that on Instagram today. It's a
yeah.
good looking watch. It's a good looking watch, man.
Thanks. Yeah, it is really nice.
Yeah.
feels like we're not wearing anything at all because it's titanium and
Mm.
kind of like, you know, G-Shock.
Yeah, it's like a G-Shock.
Yeah. No, it's great. I don't know why I didn't think of putting it on a black strap,
Mm.
but I really like the look of it. Um,
I think it looks great, yeah.
yeah, yeah. First time I've done that. I've had it on a gray strap and a blue strap before, but first time on a black one.
Yeah, it seems to work with a lot of combinations. That's so
Yeah,
awesome. It's great when you have a watch like that. Like, my
yeah,
Panerai is like that. It just works with everything, and it's
yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Let's say hi to everyone in the chat here. We got Bill, we got Rick. Good to see you guys, and Wilson, Brownie. How's it going? Easy Clayton, James Duffy, same watch. How are you guys doing? Kevin S as well. Steve, Time Hill, good to see you, sir. Hobby Bobby, how's it going?
Always
You see,
crack up when
you got me laughing at it now.
no,
So,
it's just funny. I don't know why.
yeah. We love you, Hobby Bobby.
Yeah.
Justin, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Hey, Jeffrey Deach, good to see you, sir. What are you guys wearing on your wrist? Let us know. Cowboy YQG, Mez9, how's it going, guys? We got Bruno here and Joey. Good to see you, sir. EP, how's it going? Tennessee Mike and Neff. Let's see, we got 911 Dan here as well.
Mhm.
MST, how's it going, sir?
Well,
Benjamin.
that's right, Dan mentioned, if I don't know if you caught it, but they do make a smaller Casio.
Oh, they do.
Yeah,
Okay. Huh.
yeah.
I shall have to look into that. Oh, they called it the ladies' cash yoke or something, right? I feel like
Ye
TGV did a video on it.
yeah, but some of the I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but some of the color combinations are like, I mean,
Yeah,
it could be unisex, it could be fine.
yeah. I don't care, like, what
Yeah,
they call it,
yeah,
you
I
know?
gotcha.
My wrist is smaller than my wife's wrist, which
Right.
is really sad, but yeah, so, I've been recently considering, Zenith, the 36 mil Defy Classic,
Mm. Mhm,
with
mhm.
the starry dial.
Oh, yeah.
It's got diamonds on it, but, man, it looks so nice.
It
It
does look nice.
wears really nice too
Yeah.
for for a 6 and quarter
I
inch wrist.
support any future Zenith purchase, non-El Primero or El Primero, but especially non-El Primero
Yeah,
for you.
yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you. And see that one is exceedingly toxic, so, um,
Yeah, so you'd
I
have to, like, buy it smartly,
yeah,
unless you but because you don't plan on you don't really keep your watches, right? So, like, if you were keeping it for the long haul, I mean, I would
yeah,
say, like, price maybe is not as important, but yeah, you like to get rid of things real fast, so
yeah. And with this one, I wouldn't be able to get rid of, like, easily.
right,
I
right.
don't think they'd take it back. Like, they've had theirs.
No, they're like they throw a party when you leave. They're like, "Yes, he took it. Thanks, son. We got somebody took it, right?"
Yeah. Cowboy Swami, how's it going, sir? Good to see you. Um, let's see. I think I got everyone. I think I did. Oh, yeah, KR Joey. Sorry if you guys mentioned anything that. Oh, Kevin S is wearing the SLA 053.
Mhm.
The guy, cool. Great choice. Cowboy YQG, Sea Dweller 43. Very nice.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. Neff is wearing the Aquis and the DS30. Charging them up. Cool.
Okay, yeah.
He's swinging your arms like, yeah. Um, Cowboy Swami, Hemi, Navy Cocky Pioneer.
Yeah,
That's a cool watch.
nice. Yep.
That's a very nice one.
That Navy line, is a little underrated, you
Yes,
know,
it is.
for sure.
It's beautiful, beautiful
Mm.
watch. Um, I know a Canadian Canadian YouTuber, but I forget his YouTube channel name. Man, I'm having a bad night for memory stuff.
Everyday
But
watch guy?
no, 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 Turin, no, not Turin.
Okay.
His name is Alton.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Half
yeah. I know
half
who
past
you are.
block, half past block,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He has a Navy Pioneer. Beautiful, beautiful watch. Oh man. Jay is wearing a Doxa. Very
Mhm,
cool. Mez
mhm.
9, Black 58. Uh, Wilson's wearing the SPGJ 237. Very cool. That suits you really well, Wilson. Um, Reinhardt's here. Uh, Bobby Legs, do you know your Rolex reference numbers? 214270. That sounds so familiar. I've heard that so
Is that
often.
like an Explorer too? I don't know. I'm terrible with reference number.
Yeah,
Yeah,
214270. It is the Explorer, the Explorer 1,
Explorer One. Okay,
369. Yeah.
the new one, I guess. New
No, the old
36.
one, I think.
Oh,
Oh, no, no,
the
wait,
two.
wait, no. 2. It's got a 2 in the front, so it's gotta be new one.
Yeah.
Mark 2. Great choice, Reinhardt. Roy Jr., good to see you. Tag Heuer GMT on his wrist. Watch Talk. Good to see you, sir. I'm gonna jump way down, guys. Sorry if I missed anything here. Um, anyone or anything. All right, guys. Let's go on to our first video. So, small selection tonight.
Mm,
I was thinking we could lead off with this guy here because I feel like it. I have something to say about the video you picked, and it kind of relates to this guy. So I
okay.
figured I could get this one out of the way. Um, Great video by Watchfinder. This is kind of like where Watchfinder is at its best. I
Mm,
feel like great cinematography, which goes without saying, but
mhm,
also very educational. And I kind of miss that. Like the past couple of videos from Watchfinder have been like, this $100 Seiko is just
right.
as good as a Rolex, and yeah, th- awful,
Yeah.
awful clickbaity videos. But um, not the videos are awful, but yeah, this video was great. Lots to learn about, talking about the shock absorbing
Mhm,
system within this watch. Um, Talking about all sorts of little um, development kind of stories that went into
mhm.
building this watch. Also showcasing footage of like this watch going through a 30,000 G
Yeah,
test.
yeah.
And yeah, it was something else. This is a great video. I really enjoyed it. Um, this watch, I think, is very cool. Like I'm a geek for new tech,
Mhm,
especially like watch tech, and this watch is extremely cool to me, and I
mhm.
wish I could own it. They only make 10 pieces a year, and there's no way I'm getting to $80,000 or whatever it
Yeah.
costs. But man, is this a cool watch, man? What do you think about it?
Well, look, first of all, great video by Watchfinder, highly educational. A lot of it went right over my head, and part of it was I was just like looking at the watch itself and just in amazement. I mean, I like LWC. Um, if money was, no object, I mean, I would love to get. I mean, just aesthetically, I just love the way this watch looks. It's
Yeah,
just so different, and I like how like the dial dial's like suspended, right? Kind of like it's not like really attached to the case, but it's got like these, well, whatever it is. I again, I got lost with all the technicality of it. It just looks super super cool. I will never ever need anything like this. Nobody probably would ever need this, but like,
yeah,
I mean, do we need more than one watch? The answer is no, but of course the answer is yes. So I don't know. I just love it. I thought it was a great um, video, and you know what's great about Watchfinder? Like I save on a list some of their videos right on YouTube
yeah,
because they're just excellent reference guides in general. And this is another one. And yeah, every once in a while, kind of diverges from that and does like best $100 date, whatever the Seiko that was a date just. I don't know that last video that you mentioned. I saw that
yeah,
video too.
yeah,
But this is the bread and butter right here. This
right,
is like the macro shots and the education, and that's why they can sell me anything,
yeah,
and this watch in particular. Well, I mean, I don't know if they needed to sell me that because I just love the way it looks.
yeah,
Um, but again, I don't have the money anyway, so like it's not going to happen. But if I became like a Bitcoin gazillionaire, I'd get this in a heartbeat.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
For sure. I mean, how often does a watch that is built like this to endure like crazy G forces and built for a purpose, how often does a watch like that look good?
Oh yeah.
Think about the Breitling Emergency.
Hmm.
It's not pretty. It's got its own charm to it,
Yeah.
but
Sure.
but it's not a looker. This one looks great.
I know, I
It's so
know.
cool.
It's so cool, and it's so like so different. Other than like the trademark kind of like swordish hands that the IWC has, and then the IDC logo, it looks nothing like, in my opinion, that like anything they have or anything else that's out there. It's
Yeah,
I really enjoy when a brand of that magnitude kind of just does something different like this, and creates a unique piece. I know it's not a piece unique, but I mean just a unique looking piece. And yeah, kudos to IWC. I mean, it's a beautiful watch.
yeah, yeah, and, if you're ever in an airplane accident, your watch will be given to your, posterity, your
I hope
descendants.
so. I hope so. $80,000. Yeah, I hope.
Yeah, I mean, your Nautilus 5711 is gonna be trash, but
Yeah,
this IWC is gonna be good.
it's gonna mostly make it. I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be some damage, but it'll mostly
Yeah,
make it, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah,
Now,
on
why
that
can't
note.
they figure out like a big airbag inside the plane when the plane goes down? You get this watch, right?
Yeah.
You put all this great tech. Like, why can't we just have like a big, like, we all get like, like they shoot out like foam, and we're just like suspended, and then the plane just like, crashes, and then they just peel us off with a big, like, reciprocal saw, and they just like, oh, there's Rob and his IWC. How are you, sir? I'm fine. Watch is great.
Yeah.
Why not? Can they figure that out? I don't know.
Well, I could answer that.
Well, you could probably. Well, you're an
No,
engineer.
no, well, not to a really technical, extent, but it just
The force and the impact, I get it. But,
yeah.
no, but I mean,
It
it's like airy foam, so you just like float down. It's just like, guys,
yeah.
just settle down.
Oh, man, it's just the forces that like, just the forces that the plane is going through just in flight. If something goes, like, crooked, it'll
Mhm.
rip the plane to shreds, right? So there's no like, the speeds you're going, there's no slowing down.
Look,
Yeah.
okay, they said it was impossible to land a man on the moon, right?
Yeah,
And we did it, right?
right.
A human race did it. They can figure this out. Come on, man. They can totally do it.
Yeah.
Nothing's
The best
impossible.
the best thing I've heard is, "Why don't they make the whole plane out of the black boxes material? Just make the
Yeah,
whole plane
right.
out of
Sure. Yeah, I heard that too. Silly.
But,
That's a silly idea.
yeah. Mm, makes no sense. Let's go into the chat here. Um, Kevin S saying Bobby has the Air King reference number committed to memory.
Yeah,
Have you?
16900.
Oh, there you go.
116900. Sorry, I don't. Actually, I don't. No, that's it though. I think.
Yeah, yeah. Um, let's scroll down here a little bit. Detroit Spartan, good to see you. Just got back from a Caribbean cruise. Cool.
Oh,
Um, didn't miss a meal or a glass of wine.
good
Hmm,
for you, man.
yeah. Hope you enjoyed it. Um, Rick says, "Who needs this much durability?" Well, that's the cool thing. You don't, and they kind of address that in the
Yeah,
video too. No, no, this it's
no one
just
needs it.
yeah,
I mean, what did they say? Like the most a person has survived was 200 to 300 Gs,
yeah,
right?
3 to 4
And
or something.
yeah, and this one like it's like 30. They tested at 30,000 Gs or whatever.
30,000.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah, like
yeah,
the person's arm would be ripped apart
yeah,
before like you know what I mean?
yeah. So cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Um, the sole intention, Neff, is to pass the watch on.
Yeah.
You won't make it, but the watch will. Um, Pale Horse, good to see you as well. Let's see. Um, Cowboy Kichi says Wolfgang would need that IWC.
Oh yeah, he
Uh,
totally would.
he would. Uh, Bruno. Oh, Bruno's actually Instagram. If a pilot's plane is going down and his stick is shaking like crazy, he'd still be able to see what time it is.
Yeah. Yeah, Bruno, I mean,
Yeah,
that's a good point.
yeah. I don't think he'd want to at that point see what time it is. Well, the stick shaker just means you're about to fall out of the sky, right? When the yoke is, it's what do you call it? A defense mechanism. It's It's done so that if the pilot's fallen asleep or something, it
It'll
wakes
wake
the
them up.
pilot up.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
That assumes that he's holding on to the steering when he's asleep, right?
Well, it's really loud too.
Oh, okay, okay.
And it's alarms will be going off
Yeah.
because it's like stall speed. The stick shaker goes off when
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
hitting stall speed. And
Gotcha.
even when you stall, you can dip the nose down,
Mhm.
trade altitude for
Look at
speed.
you. You're like a little engineer wannabe pilot there. It's awesome.
I love planes. I love planes. Um, alright, I'm gonna jump down a little bit more here in the chat. Um, Kevin S. saying America's Test Kitchen did a great job on Detroit style pizza. Cool. I think I missed the
Yeah.
context there.
No, I mean, that's just a random thought by Kevin. It's great.
Yeah, yeah. Now says, "How about a parachute for the plane?"
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Gr Yep, yep. Be ripped to shreds.
No, no, but a parachute that wouldn't be ripped to shreds. That's come on, that's what we need. Of course,
Yeah.
a regular parachute would be ripped, but we need the technology for a parachute that doesn't get ripped to shreds.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah. Yes. It's
Please
it's
stop
like
it.
I'm dying inside here. Um, good for you.
Stop.
Um, Kevin S says, "I'm a tonneau-shaped watch collector." Uh, Kevin's, on the random button here. Alright. Bruno also says, "G-forces are based on the weight of the watch, not a human being." Okay.
All right. All right.
Okay. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and move on here,
Yeah.
to 5 watches everyone should experience from John P.
Yeah, I selected this video and not necessarily for the John P's opinion about the five watches, but I wanted to get your opinion and I share my opinion on five watches that everyone should experience based on the watches that we've had. So just a little bit of a challenge here. I like the topic in general, and so that's why I picked it. But I figured, why don't we have a little exercise and talk about watches that we've owned, five of them. Let's pick out that we think everybody should experience. And since this is my idea,
Yeah.
I'm going to go first. And if
Yeah.
you want to alternate, and there might be some overlap, and if that's fine, they're just totally fine with overlap. Like if I say something and it's part of your list, but you weren't prepared to say it now, just say, okay, that's on my list, and the same vice versa. If something is on your list, that I was going to mention, I'll just mention it too.
Yeah, sounds
Um,
good.
so, look, a couple of these are going to be they're not going to be shockers, right?
Yeah.
But a couple of them may be a little bit different. So the first one, and this is not a shocker, and I'm going to be probably roasted for unoriginality, but I would say the Seiko SKX. Now, when I got back into collecting, the pundits, the YouTube pundits, content creators were pounding the table and saying that everybody must have an SKX in their collection. And sure enough, I got into the SKX. I bought a couple, and throughout the years, I've owned maybe three or four or five of them. Actually, probably more because I started getting into modding, and it was such a fun little exercise, a little fun little project to do. And not only just to buy the watch and have it, and of course, it has its negatives and positives, but for what you could have bought it for 3 or 4 years ago, right? So like maybe
Yeah.
sub $200. It was a fun little piece to have, a piece to beat around, and a piece to change and make it look whatever you wanted to look. It's like really the Honda Civic of watches. There's so many aftermarket parts out there
Yeah.
that you can, exchange, and I think that's the fun of it. And not only is it affordable and you can use it as a beater or not. It's a certified diver. You can play around and change it up. And so that's why I think everybody, for those reasons, should experience an SKX.
Yeah, great choice. I think everyone should. S-Cakes or, any of its variants, I
Yeah.
guess.
Hmm.
Like yeah, like a samurai or turtle or I feel like just this
Well,
well,
affordable sacred divers.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It feels like that is a must.
It's like a rite of passage, right?
Yeah, yeah. For my pick, I kinda have to go I'm trying to I'm trying to pick which Grand Seiko. I don't wanna say Snowflake,
Mm,
Because I feel like in terms of case finishing, that's not the best finished case. So I'm gonna say the SB. I'm gonna say the watch I'm wearing, SBGA 415.
mm,
You get spring drive, so you get to experience
okay.
spring drive, which I think is really important. Really, really cool innovation. You get to experience great finishing, case finishing, and if it's one of your first Grand Seikos, you get to finish or get to experience a decent movement finishing. Not mind blowing or anything, but decent movement finishing, and an excellent dial.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I think uh, any Grand Seiko would be a good watch to experience, but specifically, I'd say the SPGA 415 Grand Seiko Seasons Winter.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
very nice selection. It's a beautiful watch. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Um, I think any kind of spring drive, right? That's sort of the flagship kind of like movement, right?
It is. Yeah,
Um, is worth the experience, no matter which variation. Snowflake being, the flagship of the flagship movement.
yeah. Well,
But
actually, I don't think Spring Drive is their flagship. I think they hold their mechanical watches to a higher standard.
okay,
They're more expensive. So if you get
mhm,
their high beat versus the spring drive, the watch would be generally more expensive if you get the high beat. Especially now with their 9SA5 movement with the insane Germanic finishing on it.
mhm,
Um, I think they hold their high beats at a higher standard, which
yeah,
is really interesting.
cool,
Yeah,
awesome. So moving on, I'll go to my second pick, and that is the Hamilton Khaki Field Mechanical. Yeah, right. I mean, everybody's also picking that, right?
yeah,
Another watch that I was heavily influenced by, and really happy to purchase. It's a for less than a $400, right? I mean, I know they're listed for 500, but you can always get find a deal on those for
mhm,
less than 400. Even sometimes in the low 300s, you can get a watch that has history, that has a manual movement. So if it's like your first manual movement and you're not really sure what you're doing, it's a good way to start and break into it. And there's different variations of the khaki field mechanical. So super fun watch, super light field watch, kind of stuff you can watch. You can just wear around. You're mowing the lawn, you're hiking or whatever. It's a really nice watch with a comes with like a sort of like a NATO strap kind of deal. Um, but that is my second pick. What say you?
um, I used to disagree with this. So people say everyone needs to own a G-Shock.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take Dan's answer here, but I'm gonna say the G-Shock. The only G-Shock I've owned is a G-Shock Square,
Hmm.
and it is the 50 GWB 5600 AR. So adrenaline red is
Yeah.
what I
Yeah. Yeah.
assume the AR is for. Um, I think a G-Shock is really good to experience, whether you keep it or not. I think it's good to have that with you in your collection, um, to to have for the times where things in life get a bit rougher.
Yeah.
Um, and you know what? I also have an F91W,
Hmm.
which arguably can take everything that I would put it through, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's only 10-15 bucks, but there's just something about a G-Shock. Like it feels like you're putting on, it feels like you're putting on something substantial and something that's military like,
Yeah.
and that just feels cool. And I think it's something that, although it's been said a lot, I think it's the G-Shock Square specifically. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
it's something everyone should experience.
Awesome. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, so first two my picks, first two picks were kind of like boring and everybody else in the world has picked these on their list. Next one on my list, a watch that I've owned and owned for a really, really long time, and that is the Panerai Luminor PAM 176. I think everybody should experience a PAM. Why? Well, especially some of the older ones with the ETA movements, they're just great value right now. I think you can pick up, some of them for fairly, fairly cheap. Well, less, fairly cheap wise, maybe 4 or 5 grand on the pre-owned market, and they just have such a unique look, right? And Now, fortunately, they're coming out in sizes that are a little bit smaller, like a 40. I think they may have like one that's less than a 40. Now, they get a lot of heat lately or last couple years because of some shady practices and their movements are questionable, or have had a lot of critique of their in-house movements. But if you can find a 10-year-old with an ETA 6498 or 97 in it with a nice little titanium case like mine and a case back, a see-through case back, just go for it. They're 44, right? So that's big, but they don't feel that big, especially on the titanium. It's a little bit lighter, and the lug to lug is not overpowering. It looks great on my wrist, and it you can wear any strap with it. It really is a strap monster. It's one of the best watches to buy straps for, and I've gone down that road with the straps. That's one watch that I spent the most money on straps
Hmm.
throughout the years because it is just so fun. And I think if you're curious about Panerai, give it a shot. If you have strong feelings, negative feelings about it, just go try one on. I think you'll change your
Yeah.
mind. It's a really good looking watch.
Yeah, yeah. I've been so tempted by Panerais. I think the recent heat they've taken in the press kind of put me off it, but I'm sure I'll come back around. Um, just need to find the right one.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's a lot of them, so
Yeah,
that's a good choice. That's a so you can that's a good thing.
yeah, definitely. Let's actually go into the chat a little bit, see some of
Yeah,
these choices here. Oil Money. I also wanted to bring this up. Yes.
yeah,
Oil Money was saying I was waiting to hear 5 Seiko reference numbers from Sanjay, but you, Bobby, yeah,
yeah, yeah. I mean,
that was a good one. What can you say, right?
what can
I
you
love.
say? I mean, I enjoyed my time with the SKX, because especially because of the mod aspect of it. I really had fun. It was frustrating, but I learned a lot about watches or the anatomy of a watch.
Yeah, Justin bringing out the French Canadian and Oil Money. Et tu, Bobby? Same watch has Speedy, Sub, G-Shock, Snowflake, any swatch from the 1980s.
Hmm.
Interesting picks. There were some interesting picks before too. I was putting up on screen. Um, Neff says, "Good thing about GS is that you can experience the whole lineup with 23 watches." You're not wrong. You know, you're not wrong. um, let's see. Underachieving watch collector says I was horribly disappointed with the SKX. I'd advise
Hmm.
to avoid. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Torn. Maybe Sanjay should experience the next evolution in Spring Try, the Bull of Accutron.
Yeah, I saw you guys joking about that last night.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me started, man. Oh man. I'm like, have you seen Toy Story 4?
Probably. I mean, they all blur
Yeah.
now.
It
So,
there's that Canadian stuntman toy.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen it. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm like that Canadian stuntman, but I'm talking to Mark in my head,
Yeah,
and instead of Rajon,
yeah, yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
Mark, you're an
Yeah.
engineer, Mark. Why do you say that, Mark? It's not true, Mark. Rick on Watches says, wait 3 days and GS will release another watch. Yeah. There you go. Waven is wearing the SPGA 413. Very, very cool watch. That's the one with the cherry blossom dial. Um, Kevin S really likes the Skyflake as well.
Mm,
I found the Skyflake a bit slab-sided, which was surprising.
mm.
Kind of thick, kind of sheer-sided. I wish they did something more like the SPGM 221 where they rounded the case. But the Skyflake SPGA 407, um, just a little bit too thick, thick feeling. All right, I'm just gonna skip down and
Yep.
yeah, uh,
So, what's your third one?
yeah, my third one. Man, that's it's gonna be tough. I'm gonna say a micro brand. I think a micro brand, like a good micro brand, like a Laurier Neptune. I think it's something people should experience and make their mind up for themselves. See if this. This is for them. You know, it wasn't for me, but
Hmm.
I think people should experience them. They're the Montes, the Lauriers,
Hmm.
they're almost no longer micro brands now.
Hmm.
They're kind of getting a really strong foothold in the industry, um, but I think I think it's worth experiencing a good micro brand. See how far your money can go. You know,
Mm.
it's
Mm.
how
Yeah,
far your money can go.
yeah,
Um, and then see if that you value that, or you want to dial your money back a bit and go for a bit of heritage or a
yeah,
lot of heritage. um I think that's worth doing.
yeah. I can't disagree with that. I mean,
Yeah.
Zelos is a good example,
Yes, yes.
something that you probably should experience as well. I mean, they have now the variety in their lineup to probably appeal to a lot more people. They're casting a wider net.
Yeah, yeah. And your fourth one?
My fourth one is a El Primero. I hope I didn't steal that one
Oh,
from you, but
nope.
El Primero is a um, uh, an icon, right? I mean, I had one. My friends who were watchmakers, I had a couple of them years ago, and they would say, when I asked them like, "What should I get next?" and they're like, "Get an El Primero, get an El Primero." And arguably the first. I mean, there's debate on whether they were the first automatic chronograph, but anyway, the history behind it, and the variety you can. I mean, I kill Zenith for all the different El Primero releases and models that they have. It's kind of like, it's like a diner menu. But if you do find one that speaks to you, they're great watches. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. Great choice there. Um, Moment of silence for my dearly departed.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
That was a beautiful watch, man.
Yeah, yeah. Oh
Ugh.
man, it would be so cool if you had it and Colin had it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I would have been kicking myself at that point. Um, but yeah, good choice. I
Yes.
am really tired of that story though. Charles
Mm.
Renault. It's really not much of a story, but man, they beat that horse.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's their thing.
Yeah, yeah. It's good though. I'm sure everyone has their horse
Mm.
that they beat. Um, all right, just some really funny comments here. Kevin asks that talking about Toy Story 4, where have I been? Toy Story 1 and 2 were some of the
Yeah.
best movies ever made. Toy Story 3, I think, is my favorite. Um,
I look. I remember the first one, 2, 3, and 4. Like when I watch it with my kids, I have no idea which one's which. I just
yeah,
like at that point, I'm just like thinking about watches or something like that.
yeah.
Nah,
I get really into it with
yeah,
those movies. Like I'd be the one singing "Let It Go" when Frozen comes on.
yeah, yeah. No, Frozen 1 and 2 is great, and then Disney Plus has all the other little side Frozen episodes, which is great. The kids love that too. The kids are really
Yeah.
into Moana and Encanto now, and so I listen to the soundtrack in the car all the live long day. So
That's good. Oh, no music in our car. It's
no,
disallowed. Daddy has to hear the engine.
all right,
Um, man, I'm really eccentric. The more I talk
yeah,
about myself, I yeah, I don't listen to anything while driving, other than the odd watch video if I'm driving
yeah,
alone.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sam Watch says my daily drive for a decade was a Pam 104. Wow.
Pams are great.
Yeah.
I would love to add more.
Bruce G's wearing the Monta tonight. Very cool. Rob, what is a Pam 111? I keep hearing 111 that I should try the 111.
I have no idea.
You
I
don't
mean,
know?
you have to look it up. I mean, there's so many references. I just don't know.
Yeah. I think this is the one that Bobby K mentioned that I should try as well. Um, and the new StreamYard sharing screen thing is such a pain. I don't know if you noticed, but it's
Yeah, yeah,
so many more clicks.
yeah,
Um, okay. Pam 111. Yeah, that's a really nice one.
yeah, yeah. The small second. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's like your typical um, classic look
Yeah.
from Panerai. I have mine's just a straight up two-hander with no small seconds at
Okay.
the 9.
What
Um,
which one is yours, the reference again?
I think it's the 176. I don't even know the
Mhm.
reference of it. I think it's the
Yeah.
176.
76. Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
cool. Very cool. All right. Shall we move on to the last?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Oh,
one thing
you
I
got number 4, right?
yes, you're right. You're right. I did that to Clayton last week. um, okay. My number four, I would say, I don't know if you were gonna say Speedmaster. I mean,
Well,
we.
I haven't owned it yet.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. It's such a cop out. Everyone should own the Speedmaster. I think you've heard that like a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
billion times.
It's in the cards for me very soon.
Yes.
So
Yeah. I've been considering the rebuy as well. Because I do dearly miss it. I miss the
we
Speedy.
can be brothers. I
Yeah,
mean, I'm going Sapphire Sandwich, but I don't know if you go in Headlight or back to Headlight.
I'd like to try Sapphire Sandwich
Yeah,
since I had the Heslite, but
yeah.
yeah, I'm not solid on that yet.
Okay.
Um, would you get the 3861 or the 1861?
3861.
Yeah,
I want new. I just
yeah,
want brand spanking new. I usually don't care if I can get like a good deal on the secondary. I know this one only came out like last year, but I just want that new. For this one, I want it new.
yeah,
No reasoning.
yeah, for sure. I mean, apparently it went to the moon allegedly, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Allegedly.
And yeah, Wilson mentioning the gray side of the moon. It might
Yeah.
not be in the cards for a while.
Yeah.
ED is being a bit stubborn on that one, but and Kevin is saying go Sapphire Sandwich. But
Hmm.
yeah, Speedmaster, quintessential watch,
Yeah.
goes with everything,
Can't argue with that.
under the radar,
Yeah.
and yeah, incredible heritage, incredible history, and I
Yeah.
like planes too, so
Yeah.
spaceships are pretty close.
Yeah.
Rockets. Yeah. So, Bobby,
Number 5.
number 5.
Okay. Make this quick. Now I know what you guys are thinking. There's one watch left. He's got to go with what he's gonna go with, but I'm not. I'm actually
Okay.
gonna go with the Zen 856, one of my favorite watches
Whoa.
of all
Okay.
time. It's a great dual time. It's a Zen. It's got all the great technology, the tegmented steel, the AR, I mean the anti-humidity capsule. Um, super awesome watch. Great travel watch. Like I would, if I had a GMT, a Rolex GMT, I would never travel with that thing.
Yeah.
But the profile on the 856 UTC especially is very thin, and it's just nondescript. It's just the perfect travel watch. That Tegament steel makes it look matted, right? Looks like a matted steel, and it takes abuse, and it's just great. You can't. It's hard. It's very hard to scratch. You can scratch it if you want to,
Yeah.
but normal day wear, I mean, you're not gonna have a problem. It's highly legible, in my opinion, even with the UTC in the middle. You can
Hmm.
also get it with non-UTC, and just an awesome watch. I love that watch.
Yeah. Yeah. Great choice. Number 5 for me. Number 5. Oh, um, hmm. I'm gonna say, gotta end it with a Grand Seiko. I'm gonna say, the S which one? I'm gonna say a 9F quartz, specifically,
Mm,
SBGP015,
okay.
which is, it's got the aggressive case, like the Seiko Samurai kinda case, really
Yeah.
sharp angles.
Yeah.
Um, our friend Paul has a similar cased watch, the SBGB245. I haven't owned that one, I've only owned the SBGP015. That one has a ceramic bezel as well, and it's a really cool, well-built 200-meter water resistance,
Mm,
anti-magnetic, extremely, capable watch that also is, kinda classy. You can
mm.
got a classy blue, um, and I think it's an excellent watch, and it's a quartz watch, if you want to, experience one of the better quartz movements in the industry, you can do it for it's fairly inexpensive to do, and, yeah, great watch, SPGP 015.
Notice you had 2.5 quartzes in your list of 5, right? You had a G-Shock.
Oh, yeah, I did. I did.
It had
Huh. Spring Drive,
Spring
which is
Drive, which is the
Catholic
half,
works. Yeah,
and then yeah,
yeah.
no, it's good. It's awesome.
There you go. Yeah.
Diversity. Yeah.
How about oh, you already did your
I
5.
already
So
did my 5.
we're done.
This one's done and dusted. We're behind schedule, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah, that's all right. That's
Yeah.
all right. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Last one, short one. Kinda wanna talk about the $27,000 Aquis. I know you brought it up on Tuesday Night Watch Talk a couple of weeks ago. Bruce Williams had a really great video here, very detailed video where he
Mhm.
was talking about this watch. One question he had was he doesn't really answer why the Aquis. And I think I have a fairly good idea based on what he was saying. He was saying this watch is based on the movie animated movie from the 60s, and Chinese culture apparently is very has permeated that culture, and it's called the Monkey King.
Mhm.
And there is an underwater palace of some sort, and that's what this dial represents, the underwater palace. And so, underwater palace, dive watch,
Mhm. Okay.
there's a connection, right?
Yeah.
So that's why there's this really crazy cloisonne enamel dial on this seemingly plain aquis, but it's also platinum, I think. Is it platinum or white gold? Um, maybe white gold.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, insane watch. It's really ugly.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, go finish. Finish.
Yeah, yeah, I was gonna say, got the caliber 400.
Mm,
I think Bruce Williams did a great job of overviewing this watch. He there was a lot of information in this video, and, if you were interested on why this watch exists, I think he did a pretty good job
mm,
of putting it into frame at least, you know?
mhm.
Yeah, so what were you gonna say, Rob?
So I don't. If you look at the dial itself, right?
Yeah.
Um, let me qualify this. I think I come off sometimes as a Oris hater. I'm not. I have a huge respect for the brand. I just really haven't at this moment seen an Oris. I mean, I like the look of the pointer date. Um, but and there was a time when I probably would have bought one. I think if I wanted to. I mean, like I definitely was thinking about it, right? But I mean, now that kind of has passed. But it's just not for me, right? It's just not for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
And having said that, I think the dial is beautiful.
Oh,
It's a
great.
beautiful, yeah, enamel. I think it's just great.
Yeah.
And I heard what Bruce said, and I understand why it's packaged based on what he said with the Aquas case and look and whatnot. And but it's still so curious to me. Like it's just an awful combination. It's just I just don't like it at all. I think you kind of just waste the enamel, that beautiful enamel work there. And I get it. I get why it's put together. I just still think it's a waste. And for the price, it's just bananas. You can get beautiful enamel dials for way less than that on a watch. If you want that fit quick enamel fix, get an anodine. I mean, I know it's not like painted like the way this is, and with the house and whatever.
Yeah.
But if you want that quick fix, you can get those kind of watches for relatively affordable. So I don't know. It's just, man, Oris. I always scratch my head with Oris here. And look, I think this only made 72, and I'm sure there's really 72 ridiculously rich people in this world who who are huge Oris fans. I guess
Mhm.
there might be.
Yeah.
Um, but it's them and the guy's mom who did the dial. Like those are the only people that I could see, like, who would want this. And it's just like, oh man, it's just I I just don't get it. I mean, maybe that small segment of the population who is really into that movie, into that style, that's what it's aimed for. But like, why? Still, like, oh, did you have a need to make this?
Yeah, I feel like they're definitely I'm sure they must have sold out, like,
Yeah.
because Oris is kinda big in China and surrounding areas, right?
No, I'm sure they sold out the 72.
Yeah,
But man, I mean, Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry.
No, I totally get it. I'm with you, and I'm with you. It's not, it's ugly to me. I know you said the dial was really
I
nice.
lo I
I
like
thought
the dial.
yeah,
Yeah. You don't like it?
I don't like the
Yeah.
dial. Um,
And I don't want to be insensitive. I know that that this is a huge in Chinese culture. This one particular movie, um, or whatever it is, and I get that, and I really don't want to be insensitive to it. But I mean, like, man, this is just. I mean, it's such a beautiful. I think it's my opinion. It's a very beautiful dial, and it's just kind of like making it. Put it on a dress watch. Now I get it. It's supposed to be like underwater, so Aquas. I understand what what the rationale is. I just sometimes you just can't go with the rationale though.
yeah, yeah. We've been mentioning, that The Monkey King is a major classic of Chinese literature.
Yeah.
So I did not know that. Based on what Bruce Williams was saying, I thought it was just an animated movie. Um, but yes, I was curious about that because recently or semi recently, I think there was a Jackie Chan Jet Li movie which had a Monkey King in it.
Mm.
I don't know if you've seen that one.
No, I haven't
It
seen
was
that one.
frozen. This guy was frozen in time, and it's kind of a funny movie, but also
Hmm.
serious. I don't know if that has anything to do with the Monkey King, but
Yeah.
um, it had a monkey-looking guy. I yeah. Anyway, um, movie reference. Not very good at
Yeah,
it.
and I know way Ben. I mean, I know Oris is not trying to sell the watch to me, but it was featured in articles, right? I mean, like, we it was on Monochrome, it was on I think it was on Hodinkee. I mean, like, so, like, they want everybody to be aware of it, right? So I mean, I think
Yeah,
we can have an opinion on it and say that we don't get it. And I understand that there's a segment of the world population who this is they're very this is a very powerful literary figure. I get it. But if you're going to put it on monochrome, and show it to the rest of the world, right? Or see what we can do. Well, okay, then that's
yeah,
great. You can do it. I don't get it.
yeah, yeah. It was weird that there was that press release. That they even made a big deal about it.
Yeah,
It
and
was
again, I
it was
don't get
weird.
why it's in that. I mean, I know the rationale why putting it in the Alexis case. I just don't get why. I think that's a beautiful dial that could be in a great looking um, dressy case for a luxury dress watch. You know what I mean? That would have like hit. That would have sang to me. But
Well, I think they could have done like a whole new. I mean, this is like an insane watch, right? So why
mm,
not just make its own case, right? Make it a dressy diver of some sort that
sure,
doesn't exist anywhere else.
yeah,
Kind of amalgamation of the Aquis and Diver 65 or something, and I don't know, some dressy diver. Maybe that would have
right.
worked.
You know what I think really also like kind of annoyed me
What?
is that there's like no the bezel. I mean, like
Yeah.
there's no timing on the bezel. Like, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
then that's just like the whole point of it being in the Aquas case. Then what's the point then?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a usable diver, right?
Mm,
There's no markers
yeah.
on the dial even, right?
And nobody's going
So
to use that watch as a diver. We get
yeah,
that, you know what I
yeah,
mean? But there's so many luxury dive watches that nobody gets to use. I mean, we want the illusion that one day there we might be called to an emergency that's 3,000 feet underwater, and we have a watch that matches it. Right? Never will happen.
yeah,
Um, but I'm under that illusion that it's always a possibility.
yep,
It's like Bobby Legs, we need your help. There's somebody trapped in a lobster cage in the bottom of the ocean.
yeah,
Okay, I'm there, and I got
yeah,
my sub. Let's do
yes,
it.
yep, yep.
I don't know.
Um, Bobby K, thank you so much for the super chat. Watches have finite value, unlike you guys.
Mm,
You guys
eh,
do have infinite value.
yeah,
But I think that's a good place to stop. I know this
yeah,
is supposed to be Watch Soup late, but we pretty much hit the hour.
yeah.
Do you have anything coming up, Rob?
Yeah, I got some videos. I don't know which ones they are. But I got some videos coming out, and then of
Yeah.
course, we have a Tuesday night watch talk and a Thursday stream that I'm trying to make it a little bit different, having some YouTube content creators come in or watch reviews or stuff like that. So just switch it up than just the talking heads that you see on the Tuesday night watch chat, which is great as well. But something a little bit different.
Yeah. Sounds great. I really enjoyed the Watch Chris,
Yeah, that was
live
great. He's
session.
great.
That was
Yeah, he's great.
yeah.
Hopefully he'll. I mean, he's expressed some interest to come back on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Great guy. Great guy.
yeah.
Keep meaning to ask him to come on Watch Soup, but man, the weeks just go.
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
absolutely.
"Oh, man, it's Friday already? Oh,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
happened?"
yeah.
Alright, guys, I'm sorry I didn't get to a lot of the chat. Oh, Cowboy Swami, thank you so much once again for your super chat. Monkey style is also kung fu style of fighting. Monkey King is linked to it, but it's a
Ooh,
deadly art. Hmm,
mm,
very cool. Did not know that.
mm.
Alright, guys, well, hope you have a great week. Remember, guys, you are infinitely valuable. I appreciate you all, and we'll see you guys next week.
Take care, guys.
Bye, everyone.